In the dim light of dawn, the metallic clink of armor piercing the silence was not just a sound, it was a declaration. Across the dewy fields of medieval Europe, a knight armored head to toe in shining mail would step forward, issuing a challenge that could not be ignored without consequence. This was the world of the medieval duel, a complex dance of honor and brutality where the stakes were life, reputation, or eternal disgrace. The medieval duel was not merely a fight, it was a richly woven tapestry of social order, personal pride, and mortal combat. In these contests, knights and nobles tried to settle disputes by demonstrating their prowess and valor in one-on-one combat, under the watchful eyes of their peers and the populace. Each clash of swords was a narrative of personal and communal values, a vivid spectacle where the boundaries between life and death were as thin as the blade of a sword. The medieval duel, stemming from the Latin duellum, akin to bellum, meaning war, was not a mere barbaric engagement, but a regulated conflict entrenched in the judicial framework of the time. This form of combat has its roots in the ancient practices of tribal Germanic law and was later refined by chivalric codes in medieval Europe. The Church, despite its influence, struggled to suppress these combats. The Lateran Council of 1215 explicitly condemned the practice, yet it thrived under secular endorsement, reflecting the complex interplay between ecclesiastical edicts and knightly honor. Thus, the evolution of the duel was marked by a tension between ecclesiastical condemnation and aristocratic necessity, a reflection of the broader societal conflicts of medieval times. Duels were not spontaneous outbreaks of violence, but were bound by a code of conduct that both parties were expected to honor. These engagements were often arranged in advance, with terms set and agreed upon, highlighting the duel's role as a formal method of dispute resolution. Spectators, including peers and common folk, often attended these events, which were sometimes held on significant dates or anniversaries, adding a communal aspect to the personal contest. The presence of a lady's token, such as a scarf or glove, could also personalize and intensify the duel's stakes. In this structured chaos, the duel served as both spectacle and solemn rite, reinforcing social hierarchies and resolving conflicts in a controlled explosion of violence. The choice of weapons and armor in a duel was a critical element that could significantly influence the outcome. Knights typically wielded swords and shields, but axes, spears, and even chainmail were common, depending on the duel's terms and the combatant's preferences. Armor was equally varied, ranging from full plate armor to lighter chainmails, designed to offer mobility or maximum protection. The technological advancements in metallurgy and weapon design not only enhanced the lethality of duels, but also reflected the escalating arms race among the nobility. This armament was not just protective gear, but a symbol of a knight's identity and status, each piece telling a story of battles fought and honors won. The duel left a profound imprint on medieval culture, embodying the era's complex interplay of violence, honor, and law. It was both reviled and revered, criticized for its brutality and romanticized for its chivalry. Literature and folktales from the period reflect this duality, often depicting duels as pivotal moments of justice and valor. Today, the concept of the duel continues to captivate the imagination, seen in modern depictions of medieval and fantasy narratives. Medieval duels thus serve as a window into the values and conflicts of a bygone era, illustrating how the quest for personal honor can shape and reflect broader cultural norms. In summary, the medieval duel was more than just a clash of swords. It was a multifaceted phenomenon that resonated across all levels of society, from the muddy fields of Europe to the pages of history books. Its legacy, steeped in both valor and violence, continues to influence our understanding of medieval society and the complex nature of human conflict.